Hey there folks, SeKo Starcraft. It is game 2 between Goody and Liquid Snute. Game 1, there should be in the annotation down below. Check it out. Well worth it. We've seen from Goody in the past a very strong mech style, and it did not disappoint. Long game, very interesting, very big stalemate kind of front line of just death game. So go check that out, because I'll probably spoil some stuff in the early game here just as we're getting tuned into things. And we'll see if this game has the same kind of interesting opening we saw last game with a very conservative delayed third hatch from Snute. Whereas, well, this is a two-player map, so I'm going to expect something like that. Whereas in the last game we saw a barracks from Goody into a natural command center into inside base command center into hidden command center. The guy had 70 workers by the 10-minute mark. He had economy out the yin-yang, and you need that for playing mech. And that's something that I think why my mech sometimes suffers, is you really got to focus on getting up that sick economy, and whereas I usually worry about trying to get out more production facilities that I can't even afford. So Goody's got a pretty good rhythm down for playing that style. And we'll see if he goes into bio this time. Last time we saw him lose a mech game against a zerg. He switched into bio and it worked out well for him here. And it seems that Snute had the answer for last game. Really fast swarmhost, controlled the map, denied the expansions after he shut down the hidden one. And then we saw him just slowly squeeze pressure out with Vipers and Corruptors. But it wasn't until those sick fungals at the very end that managed to lock down all that air army, all those Vikings and those Ravens. And it's just so important as a meching player to have that air control, deny the Vikings, deny any type of Broodlord switch, and then have those Ravens there for the point defense drones and Seeker missiles if you get off the lucky attacks. We actually have a Reaper opening this time. I lag, I exit. You should. You should exit. So the Reaper, we'll see if he gets any damage in. It was a hatch first out of Snute here, so he's not going to have anything out. As I had mentioned before, Snute has been practicing in Korea, so we'll see if he's got some of that Gosu Korean micro control. Now she's going to be 2 Reapers. I gotta check, how long does it take for a Marine to make? Does it tell me in here? 25 seconds, 45 seconds, that's the difference, right? Because if you go for those Reaper rushes, it's very difficult to go for tons and tons of Reapers off of one barracks because they take almost twice as long as making a Marine. Base is down, there are some Zerglings out. Very standard response to this kind of pressure. Very good, very clutch Spore Crawler. Some Lings are out now. Couple of hits on that Reaper. Spore Crawler's cancelled. Queen's going to be out in 2 seconds here. There we go. And everything is fine. And there was much rejoicing. Lings? Oh, he didn't catch the Lings. The reason why I sent those Lings over is very common to have low ground command center expands. But there's no low ground command center to attack. Oh, so a little sad. Oh, there's 3 Reapers here. Well, that makes a difference. That's sucky. Whoa! Great snipe by the one drone. I'm surprised that 3 Reaper caught Snute a little bit off guard there. He was able to snipe a Queen and a couple of drones. How many drones did he get out of that? Just 2, but again, that Queen is a pretty big deal, as I don't think it was in Snute's plan to get extra Queens out at this stage. Oh, I might lose a nut. There's 4 Reapers. Well, that makes a difference. This is sucky. Well, he's actually lost 2 more Reapers there. That was a little sloppy. How many more workers did he get? Another 5. So that's not bad. It's a bit of an investment, but he's going double command center behind this. That's super greedy play. And it does look like it's going to be bio this time. Which, Snute looked a little bit greedy there. I'm surprised he didn't get out a few more Lings or get those extra Queens going a bit sooner. Just because it's... If you see somebody go Reaper, I mean, it's not often they're going to go 4 Reapers, but you can see how much damage you can do when you just switch up the standard builds just slightly. Units-wise, we can see the Zerg is not that far ahead on workers, and it's going to be a long time before he can really move out to that 3rd base. Creep spread is starting. He's going to want to get that base covered up just in case Reapers are running around inside. He's going to lose an Overlord by the looks of it, and that's pretty crappy. He's not supply blocked yet, but he'll... Well, he's got an Overlord on the way. He's not going to be in too big of trouble about that. We did have that 3rd hatch start a little bit sooner than I thought would be the case, just because he doesn't really control the map. The Zerglings, do they have speed now? I think they have speed. They got the little wings on the back. Yes, they do have speed. So it looks like he's going to be able to deflect any funky play. We don't even see Hellions coming out yet. Oh, no, there's the Hellions. Oh, there's all the Hellions. What to say? Where are all the Hellions? That's a pretty good little army there. It might be enough to deny the 3rd hatch. We'll see. Ling's on the watchtower. We'll give him a bit of vision. You should see this attack coming. I'm surprised the Reapers didn't go with. Reapers are great to send off in these little attacks because the Reapers, well, they're going to regenerate. So you can let them take a bit of damage. They're going to be able to come back from it just fine. Looks like they are going to sneak around to that other base. It's kind of funny. They just missed each other on the way to each other's watchtowers. He's going to see this hatch. He might get some damage off, but I don't expect him to stick around too long. Could get himself caught here. Oh, there's actually cloaked banshees on the way as well. There's the Reapers. Oh, that is a lot of Hellions now, though. The banshee does not have cloaked yet. Those Hellions just toasted all those Lings. There's a little bit of bad control there from Snute. He's got himself a supply block right now really badly. Doesn't even have another Overlord started. He's going to have to recognize that really soon. Maybe he doesn't have... No, he's got some larva and some money. There's the Overlords. There's actually a lot of damage on that Banshee. Sitting in the back, not really being as effective. This is a pretty good push here from Goody. And this is essentially, well, now it's 2 base. It was essentially 1 base for the longest time. The Reapers are pretty beat up right now. Let's look at the damage. 11 workers killed. He actually only got like 3 or 4 workers in that attack. He does have his own base on the way. Already got missile turrets started. He plays a lot like me. Just super defensive. I don't want to lose to just a really quick... I'm going to run in there with some, you know, mutalisks and just win the game. That feels so bad when you have a setup and then they just run around it with mutalisks and then you just die, essentially, because you can't do anything about it. Let's look at the resources lost here. Is it better this? Actually, that's really... I thought it was going to be a little bit closer because a lot of Hellions did go down in that attack. But it's essentially twice as much loss right now. There were 2 Banshees, and I think 3 coming out here in a second. 1, 2. It's got Cloak. I'm surprised it's not out on the map trying to do stuff, but from the looks of it, he's going to go for a really... This is really crazy, actually. He's got the 2 barracks, but then he went into Mech. Gonna have a massive Thor. Oh, he doesn't lose it. That's good. He's going into like a massive Thor Hellbat push. And we'll see if he's got the units ready to deal with this. Just Zerglings will not deal it. The Hellbats will cut through that stuff really fast. But the difficulty is all those Terran units move at a different speed. So he's got to be very careful that he doesn't get too far ahead of himself. It's a bit of an army. It's a very interesting army. I like the composition. Oh no, mutas are not the right call right now. He could magic box the Thors, which is likely what's going to happen. But what he really wants to take care of is essentially the Marines in this little ball. Yeah, and the Terran's going to move home, and I don't blame him for that. He's got a good army, but if he loses this army, he's in a terrible, terrible spot. Big supply lead right now over his opponent. Looks as though the Mutas are going to be able to swing and get some damage done. You might as well. You've got the opportunity now. A little bit of a misclick. Gotta be careful about the Thors. Oh, that's so much damage. I really like the position of Goody right now. I think it's unbelievably good. Viking actually sniped off a Muta. Don't see that very often. I don't know what Snoot's going to do about this. He is a long ways behind. His economy is not really any better. Oh, sorry, units. We're on it. Yeah, the economy for the Terran is better, essentially, with the mules in there. Going into that mass command center. Tanks, Thors, Hellbats, upgrades. Oh, well, that helps. Now, Mech is obviously extremely immobile. It's nice to pick off the armories. He's doing what he can for damage. He can't really push in too much into the front here. Oh man, that's so much damage. Gets himself an add-on. I might actually get the second one as well. But I still think he's in a terrible spot. He's moving into 12 swarmhosts now, and during Locust is a bit delayed. It's just that the economy for Snoot really hasn't been in the best spot for a while. Really fast hive tech. We saw that last game as well. Not necessarily paying him. Ooh. Nice little pick off there. These things have kills on them? Oh, no, not really. It doesn't look like they managed to get any damage in, which is surprising because it's not like there's detection over here. So swarmhosts are getting into position, but this is still a pretty funky spot right now for Snoot in my mind. I'm interested to see what he's going to pull out of his hat for this one. Because last game he managed to get that great contain and then pressure the opponent. Whereas this game I think it's kind of the other way around. I think there's more opportunities for the Terran. He's going to max out probably sooner. Those Marines were just eating up supply anyways. Alright. Ran out of disk space there for a second. So we saw those Marines got cleaned up, not too big of a deal, but now in comes this big swarmhost push. And I already saw the ending of this because my computer just decided to give me the bad news. This bad news, everybody. I hate to admit it. But Goody does not want to play out this game. And that's really sad, because I was actually expecting another very late, long Mech versus swarmhost and everything else style. I don't think that Goody had to leave in this point. I think he had the lead. So either I believe that he's super frustrated, because I don't think he can imagine that he's super far behind right now. Either I think he's super frustrated, he doesn't have a gas bank, or he feels just that maybe the game is more even than it is, or this is just screw you and your swarmhost games. Anywho, best of 3 goes to Snoot. Thanks everybody for tuning in to SeKo Starcraft, and we'll talk with you guys later.